For those of you that have been watching my videos for a while now, you may have noticed that there's a specific thing that I always say when I'm really getting into it, when I'm really talking my shit, when I'm on my high and mighty shit, right? And that's that I am divinely led. So I just wanted to touch on that real quick for this video. I am not saying that I am special by any means because I truly do believe for those that seek it out will find it. Whether you believe that's, to me personally, whether that's something internal to you or external to you, all I say is if it's something external to you, you be very damn careful of what it is that you're talking to. I'm going to just leave it at that for this video. But my internal compass is what guides me throughout life. My divinity comes from within me. My divine leadership comes from within me. So whenever I'm making a life move, I go within. I meditate. I look for the signs that emanated from my thought forms, in my physical world. And those give me the confirmation of what it is that I need to do, what step I need to take and how I need to move and how I need to carry myself, right? One of the things that truly brought this notion to my awareness was like about 6 months before COVID, right? This event is literally what got my spidey senses really tingling. This is when I was still trying to figure myself out and I was still going to like spiritual groups to get a little bit more, confident in myself, And when I was going to these spiritual groups, I realized that I knew a lot more than I gave myself credit for. I was learning all this stuff in my room because I thought the world knew this already and I was slow. But when I actually go to a spiritual group, people are looking at me like I'm the greatest philosopher of the times. And I'm like, wait, y'all didn't know this? Oh. So then I started to go to those groups to help educate people after I started to gain a little bit of confidence. But there was one particular meeting that really started to instill this idea that I'm always at the right place at the right time. So I went to one of those meetings and there was an older guy there. And he usually gets a little long-winded like myself, but he was talking about an event that was going to keep people within their house. There was going to be wide mass chaos and all this type of stuff. Now, whenever I hear stuff about chaos and fear and all that type of stuff, even back then, I was just like, I said, that don't sound right, man. It's like, I ain't with this all this crazy shit. Everyone says the end is near, blah, 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 blah. People been holding those signs up since the 90s. Like, I don't pay attention to that stuff. However, something in the back of my head said, nah, remember that. Remember that. Pay attention to that. So I was like, okay, so let me see what's going on here. But then come to find out, I came to find exactly what he was talking about. For those of you that know about Cryon, like the guy that channels the Cryon entity, like pretty much he hit the nail on the head telling us everything that was going to happen. Like he didn't say specifically that it was going to be, COVID and such, but that entity was just like, hey, look, this is what's going to happen by bing, bada, boom. And that one thing quickly transpired a few months later where I was just like, yo, wait, people are going to be stuck in their houses, wide mass chaos, hysteria, all that type of stuff. Whoa, I knew this was going to happen. This is also why I became so outspoken against some of the BS that's like being propagated in the fear media, the fear propaganda called the news. Because I was like, wait a minute, I knew about this months before it happened, and then it happened. What else am I right about? What else am I doing? Right? Fast forward to present day. Like I just got me another job that took me back to Colorado. All right, back to Colorado it is. Do I care about the job? Not necessarily. It's the positioning. It's where I'm supposed to be. And life is always going to show you where you need to go. Just like let loose. And like how they say, let loose and let God. It's like let loose and just flow with life. Let life carry you where you need to go. If you don't like the term God and such. Hey, sorry, I'm also dog sitting too. He's trying to eat all the mulch. But anyway, it's like sometimes you just have to let go and let life handle it for you. Because for me, I know there's something for me in Colorado, or that's my post, or that's my position, or whatever. But Colorado seems like it's the place for me. And some of y'all be wondering where it is that you need to go. Some of y'all need to, what is it that I need to be doing? What is it that, well, go within. That's just my answer. Once again, some people can go outside of themselves. I don't recommend that personally, but hey, whatever floats your boat, I ain't here to tell you which way to go. But for me personally, I go within. Every time you go within, you are everything. We are all one. We're all part of the cosmic mind. We're all part of the one. We're part of the all. We're part of all this type of stuff. So when you go within, you are tapping into the infinite. The infinite. The infinite Well, wouldn't the infinite have all of the answers? Because it's infinite. So why wouldn't you tap into that? Now, you have to learn how to mix and match things. Yes, I go within for all of my answers, but I go for confirmation. I go for external confirmation, not from people, not from the internet and that type of stuff. I look for the signs. I look for things that resonate with me. I heard some information, and, or like I got a little nudge internally, but then I'll hear some information that really says, hey, remember that nudge? It's that. It's that. Remember that? Yeah, yeah, that. And then I just go off of that, and I just keep on going. Sometimes when I feel like I'm being lost, I'm just in the middle of two checkpoints within my life. I'm like, do I go left, right? It doesn't matter. As long as I'm moving forward, I will meet the next checkpoint. You see what I'm saying? So if you're ever feeling lost, slow down. Stop looking to other people. Stop looking for other people to give you the answer. You come up with an idea on your own and let life confirm you. Let's just say, for example, I'm just spitballing here. Let's say you want to move to Alaska, right? You want to move to Alaska, but Alaska would not be the best thing for you. So you'll be like, hey, okay, should I go to Alaska? Do I see myself in Alaska? Alaska sounds cool, but I don't know. But then you'll wake up and be like, you know what? Hey, I'm open to all signs and guidance to where my next move is supposed to be. Then you start walking around and you see, I don't know, Florida, whatever. Let's just say Florida. It's just like, just for the polar opposite. It's like you start seeing Florida everywhere. See, sometimes a lot of people say, oh, I'm going to move there, and you see the signs for it. And sometimes you just completely lost and say, hey, where am I supposed to go? Well, you'll start hearing the same place over and over and over again. For me, the earliest, the number of coincidences that you need before it becomes a pattern, before it becomes a scientific fact, is usually at the base 3. So if you see 3 times, or you're minding your own business and someone randomly brings it up in conversation, oh yeah, so I was thinking about going to Florida the other time. Oh yeah, my cousin's niece's dog was born in Florida. Oh yeah, man, have you ever seen the Florida Gators play the football? Yeah. And you get all of those in a short period of time. It's like, well, wait a minute. I haven't heard somebody say any other state. There's 50 other, or 49, I guess, 49 other United States, right? There's 49 other ones, and I keep only hearing Florida. Well, maybe your internal is using external tools to get the message across to you. Are you going to listen to it, or are you not? Some people, we go to the ancestors, and I do believe in the ancestors too. But once again, I believe everything is within me. If you're looking out there for your first sign, I don't know, man. That's just not how I roll. But I believe the angels are within me. I believe the ancestors are within me. I believe God is within me. I believe all of it is within me. So I just go to my counsel, which is within me. I was just watching, and I might want to make a video on this a little bit later. But I was just watching the video from Brother Yosef when he was talking about the mystic path and the magic path. I'm more of like the mysticism path, and I use a few magic things from time to time. But go check out that video, the mystic versus the magic path, something like that. Brother Yosef, New Life Tools. Go check it out, right? And I was just like, yeah, I'm definitely on that mystic path. However, I am in a point in my life where it's just like I need to data dump on the world. I need to drop so much information and take with it and use it as you may. That's just why I make these long videos, because you can't say I didn't tell you so. We are on the verge of great changes on this planet, especially in America. Like, for those of you in my Discord chat, you saw I posted that BRICS Nation video, and it's just like, yeah, there's all these countries are getting on BRICS. It's like, wait a minute, who's going to be left? We're gonna get sucked into that eventually too, and with that comes great changes as well. But before that happens, we have to, as certain political figures have said, we have to drain the swamp, and the swamp is getting lower and lower and lower until you see all the creatures that were festering at the bottom of it. I'm gonna be vague on purpose, because when you follow your internal guidance, sometimes you find out that you are an insider. Sometimes you figure out that you have the inside scoop. Now, for me, I have to make sure, I have to vet things out on my own. And if I'm feeling really confident about something, this is what I call that tangential warfare. I'll just throw like a little jab at it when in a completely unrelated video. Like, I'll just throw a little jab at, hey, I tried to prime your minds for this type of stuff because I see it coming in more and more and more. I mean, they was talking about certain presidential figures being indicted for some not so upstanding activities. if you catch my drift. So when you see that, don't be surprised. When we have blackouts, don't be surprised. When there's like like all these banks collapsing and all this type of stuff, don't be surprised when all of a sudden they try to bring up the CBDCs and the digital currencies to save it. CBDCs are the prison system, and that's why there's already states in the United States that are going against that already. They're already proposing bills to say, hey, yo, we ain't with this CBDC stuff. That do not get CBDC, central bank digital currency, conflated to be all cryptocurrency, because the digital world, I do believe, is what's next. And I've told y'all multiple times, ISO 20022 coins, go check those out. Of course, those were not the only opportunities to make money in crypto. That's just, it's not financial advice. I'm just giving you some pointers here, right? There are people, when you follow this divine guidance, you are going to be ahead of the game. When everyone else you see is lost in the sauce, like running around reacting to everything that comes on the news, you're going to realize that, no, I told you that was going to happen, or somehow I knew that was going to happen. And when it plays out, you just get more and more and more confident in yourself. So that's it for this one. See you next one.